Voting has begun in Finland general elections that could see a change of both Prime Minister and the ruling coalition government. Up for grabs are 200 seats in the Finnish Parliament. The one fighting to stay in power is Sanna Marin, the 37-year-old who became the youngest to head a government in 2019. She is the leader of Social Democratic Party and is considered a rising star for the centre-left across Europe. Heading the nation through a pandemic, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, as well as Finland's accession to NATO, Marin is considered absolutely popular.
Of course, we hope that Social Democrats will win these elections. It's so important because we want to stay open society that also wants to work together internationally. We want to build better, greener, sustainable future where every people have the same opportunities in life. So of course we hope that we will win.
Now, the elections are heavily contested between the three parties: centre-left ruling Social Democratic Party, right-wing the Finns Party, and centre-conservative National Coalition Party. Centre-left ruling Social Democratic Party is led by Sanna Marin herself. Observers feel that Marin's popularity might not translate into her victory in the upcoming elections. Right-wing, the Finns Party is led by Riikka Purra, and she has been campaigning on the issue of migration into Finland. She has raised the issue of growing juvenile indecency and street crime in Finland. While the centre-conservative National Coalition Party, led by Petteri Orpo, the leader has said that he wants to fix the economy and boost the economic growth of the country.
More jobs to people, more incomes to people. The most important thing in next government is to fix our economy, boost economic growth, balance public economy. And the second very important issue is to build up NATO Finland.
Of course, there are many legislative amendments and reforms that we want to pursue. For instance, to migration policy, climate and energy policy, criminal policy, and we also want to tighten our attitude towards the European Union. So we need to be stricter.
Yeah.
Kiitos.
And for more on this developing story, we are being joined by Theodora Hellemäki. She is a researcher at Faculty of Social Sciences, Helsinki University. Welcome to the broadcast, Theodora. It's looking like a neck-and-neck situation in Finland. What are the voters expecting from these elections?
Well, of course, it is very neck and neck between the three major parties. They have been very tight in all the polls leading up till now. Voters probably are tensely waiting at home to see which will be the biggest party, who is going to win the election, and who will start the negotiations, maybe even become the prime ministerial party. But of course, as we have these elections in every county separately or in every election district, it will be a lot about what district votes in which way.
All right, and since coming to power, Sanna Marin has caught everyone's attention, not just in Finland, but across the world. She has headed Finland through the pandemic, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and getting a final nod for NATO's membership. Then why are her chances of making a comeback looking so dubious?
Well, this is not so much of a sign of any kind of failure on her part. It is more the Finnish electoral system. What we are used to here in Finland in elections is that our government usually changes. So the coalition parties are usually not the same, and it is incredibly rare that we have had one prime minister from one government to the other. And thus, it is not at all surprising that there are parties which were currently in opposition, which are challenging the biggest party place. And actually, what is more surprising is that the Social Democratic Party is actually doing as well as it is.
All right. Do you see a major change in foreign policy with this election? Is there something that Europe and also the rest of the world should be wary of?
Well, again, we have to remember that Finland is a multi-party system. We will have a government that will consist of multiple parties, and the whole of the parliament will be the one making all the big decisions all together. And therefore, none of the parties will really have a huge say in everything. It will not be a sole rule of one party. So I guess whatever happens, there won't be enormous changes to what we are used to currently. Of course, the agenda setting will be stronger one way or another, depending which party will be. But when it comes to international relations, I don't think that there is anything of so much of a concern when it comes to any of the three parties winning.
All right, Theodora, some very interesting points made there. Thank you for joining us on this broadcast.
Yes, thank you very much.